Alright guys, welcome to Talkin'bout Outdoors, and today we're getting ready to do some hydro dipping of some deer skulls. I actually posted one up the other day on our Instagram and had a few people ask me how we done it. And there's a lot of information out there on the internet. We're not reinventing the wheel here or anything, but we kind of looked at some of these videos too, and trial and error, and we've been doing this for a couple of years now. So this is something real easy and basic. Obviously, if you kill a huge trophy, you probably don't want to come out here in your backyard and do this. You may want to go to a taxidermist, but for some of these smaller bucks you killed or bucks you don't want to put a lot of money into, there's a simple way to do it. The first thing we do when we kill one is actually you cut the head off about the neck, and you get permission from your wife, and you go and bury it in the flower garden. So, man, next door. If you'll notice right here in this corner next to the air conditioner unit, now my good neighbor David, this is the boneyard for all the deer heads in the group here that we kill. Simple process on this. Once you cut the head of the deer off, you want to dig a little hole, bury the head up to the base of the antler. Don't put the dirt on the antler; it'll stain the antler. Once you get it buried, make sure the whole skull or the head's covered up. Put your little decon in there. This is actually the tote that we cover the head up with. We usually put a rock or two on it, and that keeps all the mice, chipmunks, everything out of the way. And you let Mother Nature do the work for you. And usually 4 to 6 months, you can dig this thing up, and it's clean as a whistle.
Another tip on that is when you bury the head, bury the dirt so far, and if you've got like play sand or full sand, you can put up here and it won't discolor your antler at the base. A little bit of play sand, full sand, filtered sand, you can top it off if you've got it, and we've noticed it won't discolor the antlers on it. Yep. So that's just another little tip. If you got it laying around, use it. So much dirt and no sand, and it won't discolor.
Yeah, luckily David had a swimming pool in the backyard. He had a little sand, and this process here is going to cost you about probably less than $10 or $15, whatever your local hardware charges you for some spray paint, which is very important. The kind you get, you need to get the kind that's oil based with enamel. If you don't get that, we've experienced it won't work. So we've got 4 heads we're going to do today, and the great thing about this, you can use any color palette you want. Basically, your first step is to spray on a base coat over your skull. Before you do that, you want to make sure you see this red tape around the antlers. Okay, you want to make sure you tape them around the base as not to get any spray paint on your antlers when you're actually doing the hydro dip. But anyway, this one's ready. This is taped up, ready to roll. The other ones are taped up, ready to roll. And we're just going to kind of lay down a little base coat on this. And we don't let it dry all the way. We want it a little tacky. When you put the skull down in the water, that the other paint will stick to the tackiness of that paint. So basically, you just put your little base on there. Need to make sure which way the wind's blowing, not to get it on you or a vehicle or anything like that. But like I said, this is very basic, very easy, and very cheap. And we started doing them this way, and I like it, David.
Oh, I do too. It's good, inexpensive way of, on your deer head and not have a taxidermy with it.
And you can customize it whatever you want, any color. And the beautiful thing about it is, if you do a dip on it and you don't like the pattern that's swirled around, you can always redip it again.
Redip it. And if you don't want to wait the 4 to 6 months like we do, some of your taxidermists have those beetles. You can take it to them for a small fee, put it in there, beetles do the work, you bring it out, and you can still hydro dip them after the beetles if you would like.
And there's another process, you can boil it. We've never done that. I know some guys have done, and you can get it done in one day. But basically, you get a big pan of boiling hot water outside, and you work all the meat off the bone and basically cooks it. But
they say it's a mess.
So to me, it's easy to set it, forget it in the wife's flower bed. She may not like it. Get permission first, guys. Yep. Or if you got a backfield or something, you can do it there too. So we're gonna let this set up just a few minutes, and we'll show you the process of getting the paint water back. We primered down, sprayed down all the deer skulls. We gave him about 15 to 20 minutes to kind of harden up just a little bit, but not overly dry. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna lay our enamel down in here, and you can choose 2, 3, 4 colors wherever you want. I think Dave's going with what, at least 3, maybe 4.
3, maybe a little bit of 4.
We're going with some kind of like a forest green, a dark brown. What you got over there?
A little bit of black, and he's like a burgundy color.
So we're
just a little bit.
And when you do this, now some of your brighter colors, you might want to not go as much as some, because it can sometimes overpower some of your other colors. So we're going to get this and basically just spray right in the center. You don't want to spray it right on top of the water, or kind of want to spray it up above it a little bit. We'll just show you how we do it here. Spray a good, decent little amount on there. And come in with your other color right in the center. See how it's making all these little color rings. We'll swirl them all together here in a little bit.
Black one.
Yeah, it's
difficult.
low,
A little bit more of this burgundy. Boy.
Take your little stick. You get this out of your backyard, and basically just run your stick through. Kind of just swirl it around till you get a good pattern like you want. Got a lot of brown in there, Dave.
Yeah, that's
right there's a good looking little swirl. A lot of colors.
Go ahead and go with it here.
You want to go?
You go with it.
Basically, what you want to do is kind of go in at a little angle and just kind of go slow. And what you see on top of that water, when it comes out, that's what your skull should look like. Now, when your skull's all the way down, get your buddy to come in with a piece of paper. Kind of just pull that around. There's plenty of that there. Try to get it all the way there as you can. You're going to have to pull up just a second. Alright, I think it's good. Right there's your little hydro dip right there. That red kind of changed colors on you a little bit more. That's a lot of good colors there. And like I said, if you do it, you don't like it, you can always kind of move your colors to the side of the water and redo the whole thing. But that's kind of a easy way to do it. We're going to probably maybe do a camo one next, and we'll do 2 or 3 and show you how they all turn out. This 7-point here I killed a couple years ago. We're getting ready to do it, and I've got some kind of a sand color right here. Got some forest green, and David's going to come in with a dark brown. Now be careful with like some of your dark browns. We've noticed that a little bit of that goes a long ways. Same way with some of your real light colors too. So basically. Bring her up now there. Basically, that's a hydro dip skull in your backyard using some spray paint at the hardwire with the old tote. So, pretty easy. I think that one come out pretty good, Dave. I like them greens on that light brown. And like I said, if you do it a little dip and it comes out and you don't like the way it looks, start with different colors, different swirls, and re-dip her right back in, and it'll look totally different. This is just a unique way and a cheap way. If you kill kind of smaller bucks, you don't want to spend several $100s on take to a taxidermist. And we kill quite a few bucks, so I'd probably be in the doghouse if I mounted.
Mount every one of them.
Yeah, I'm in the doghouse enough as is with all our hunting gear now, but it's just one way you can save a little money, stay out of the doghouse. But it's just something we do. It's kind of cool and unique. I think you'll enjoy it. It won't cost you a fortune. Probably $15, $20 will be enough to do every one of these skulls you see here. Get out there in the woods, kill some bucks.